Hey, everybody. I'm back, and you guessed it. It's time for the 12th episode of the 6-8 Western Full Auto podcast. So, let's talk about 6-8 Western for just a little bit. I did get a few things for my gun that I just kind of add ons, basically. So, what I did get was I just got one of those. Basically, it's like a cheek riser cartridge cuff type of thing. So got one of those for that because these Seekins only on this one only holds two in the box and of course one in the chamber. So that's not that many, and I suppose that's because of the little fat cases and stuff. But and I also got a new suppressor cover for my second suppressor, and I got it in gray, and it's one of the Coltacs, which are in my mind, one of the simpler, easier, nicer. I kind of like them. There's just not that much to them. Cinch them on tight. Because if you think about it, you should be checking to see if your suppressor's tight relatively often if you're shooting a lot anyway. And so that way you're checking that, and you're also checking to see if your suppressor cover has slid any or moved any. So, but this one, I did a bunch of shooting with it yesterday on the 6 arc, and it never moved at all. And of course, there's not a lot of recoil or anything there, but still, they're actually pretty nice. I like them a lot. So, and this one was like $71. So that's kind of what I got for add-ons for the 6.8 Western Seekins Precision PH2. And some of the other stuff I got. I got to tell you, I have a subscriber and a big fan of the channel that he's been after me to send him a logo, and so I finally got that logo. I don't know if you've seen it on my sweatshirt, and so I sent it to him, and he has a 3D printer, and he made an ammo box for me. So I'm just gonna throw a picture of that. I don't have it yet. It should be here next week, and but I appreciate that's Gem State Firearms in Idaho, and his name is Scott Struhs. So give them a check out if you would, just because I'm super appreciative of him making that for me and with my logo and stuff. And so I'm going to throw a couple pictures in here of what he did for me, because he did send me pictures of it. So here it is. So that was pretty awesome, and like I say, I'm super appreciative of Scott doing that for me, and that's just fantastic. So, yeah, this little channel that is growing, and I just enjoy doing it because it's fun to interact with you guys, and it makes it all worth it. So appreciate it a lot, guys. And in other news, just so you know, if I don't know how much magazines sell anymore these days, but they're in the Peterson's Hunting Journal. I believe it was in the last issue. Not, I just went to the store this morning to check and see if they had it, and it must have been the last month's issue. But the that Joseph Von Benedict, that he's always on Spomer Show, and he's got his own podcast and YouTube channel. Anyway, he writes for them, and he just wrote an article last month on the 6.8 Western, and there's just so many good things about it, and things didn't really, as you well know, as far as marketing and stuff, didn't really pan out the way it should have. It's kind of sad that it didn't, because I just love the round. It's fantastic, especially since I reload. Because the ammo that's out there is pretty good. If you have a good gun, it's good. There's no doubt it'll shoot. And but when you're reloading and you're able to control a lot more things yourself, it's fantastic. I'm just so jacked about how my LRXs, my 155s worked out. 3,057.3 feet per second on average, and less than an inch group, which I was happy with. I do have to do a little more shooting. I think it's ready to go. Actually, it was ready to go on my bear hunt. So I just was gonna leave it and use the ammo that I already made for it for the hunting trip, which, of course, as many of you know, didn't happen because some cartilage in my knee decided to get in the wrong spot and really raised heck with my knee. So I'm still kind of fighting that. It's a little bit better. Trying to make sure, see if I need to go under the knife to get that scoped and cleaned out, but we don't know yet. Probably for another week or so. But anyway, excuse me, I got a drink. That was it was fun to see that there was an article out there again on the 6.8 Western. So it's just at least getting some people still care about it and like it. I mean, the people who love it to death. So, and then I have one guy, and Ron, you know who you are. He always is giving me crap about it, about the 6.8 Western and how great the 270 is, and so we have a lot of fun bantering back and forth. So if you watch this, you know I'm talking about you. And but it's all in fun, and he's obviously a successful hunter, and points out that he's shot a lot of good stuff with it. So and that's great. That's fantastic. Um, all I know is I shot a 270 when I was much younger, and I don't know if it was one of those ultralights or featherweight or whatever they called them back then, but that thing kicked like a bugger. I wasn't ready for it, that's for sure. And of course, back then they didn't have the nice, you always had the add-on cushion on the back that you could throw on there for your recoil pad. Most of them are pretty hard, so it kicked like a mule. And this 6.8 Western is nothing like that. It shoots so nice. I really honestly don't even notice it. You can go to the range and probably shoot all day and you wouldn't know it. And that's kind of why I got away from the 7 mag too. It just wasn't that fun to take to the range, especially doing what I'm doing with YouTube, and just getting out and doing quite a bit of more shooting than the average person does. It's nice to be able to shoot something that's just easy to shoot and still has a lot of power and is going to get the job done on anything in the Southern 48 or even all 50 states. So, and maybe even the 51st state of Canada. So, I just haven't gotten up there to try it yet. We'll see in the future. But anyway, it's 6.8 Western is awesome. Always has been, always will be, even though it's very young. It's going to be great. So, anyway, let's see what else have we got going on. I did do some shooting. I had that video yesterday. If you guys saw it, I was playing around with some 107s and some 55 grain nozzler ballistic tips, and those things they shot fantastic. And even my 105s, I had a few comments, that they did. I was sighting it in again because I know my gun got knocked over, and I was shooting a video a while back that I didn't even hit the box, and I don't know where it was at, but I found it and yesterday with my 105s, and once I got it sighted in, they were stacking them right on top of the other one. They were going about 2660-ish, which is plenty good if that's my PRS round there. So, and that's why I was just trying out these 107s, and I haven't found the spot on those yet. It was about a 2.5-inch group. The velocity was fantastic. It was 2800, 2801 actually, and on average with 5 shots, but it was 2.5-inch groups. So I'm going to have to back that off, maybe try to get around 2700, somewhere around between 27 and 2750, and see what it likes, I guess is the main thing. So that was pushing it pretty hard. The bolt lift was a little stiff on it after a couple of those. So yeah, I'm going to change that. So, but anyway, the little 55s, they averaged 3438. First shot was an error. The second one was 3424. Third one was 34 53. Fourth one was 34.32, and then 34.43. So for an average of 34.38 on the 4 shots that registered. So it was, I was pretty pleased with that. So anyway, fun little varmint round. And that was out of my bolt gun. So I'm assuming my gas gun, the velocities might not be quite that good. I don't know. I'm not sure how much that would affect that. So I haven't tested that yet. But if you're out varmint hunting, obviously the AR platform would be a lot more fun, I think. So obviously, but so that's what I was doing with the 6 arc. And what else do we got going? I did pick up. So I did pick up these little Arca adapters for your binoculars too. It's made by Bog, and I had bought this thing. It's kind of the same thing, only a cheaper one. I had to put my own Arca on there, and it worked. But I saw these in there, and they come with 2 studs. And you guys have seen them. I'm so far behind the times. So anyway, it came with 2 studs, so I'm able to run 2 binoculars. I got my 16 by 50s and these 10 by 42 Vortex here. The 16 by 50s are Nikon. It's an old set that I've had forever, but it's got really good glass. So anyway, that's kind of a nice thing for the glassing we were going to do if we went bear hunting. But yeah, and then let's see what else. Yeah, that's my ADG brass back there. I just use that for that's kind of why I got the orange colored boxy with the from Gem State Firearms. He asked me what colors I wanted, and I thought, well, ADG is kind of orange and black, and I'll just keep it the same. So I went with the orange and black on that. But as you saw, the other thing I did get was I picked up one of these from Everly Stock. It's a scabbard cover, to cover up your stock because it sticks out of the back of the pack, and this is just to kind of keep it clean and keeps like debris and stuff from falling down into the bottom of your scabbard. So I got one of these that's not really made for this bag, but I used to be a farmer, so I can make stuff work. So it's all right. So I just strapped it basically through the carry handle, and that worked just fine. So anyway, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to make it work. And the other thing I did pick up, because I do like to show you new stuff and maybe look to see if you can't get a deal. I picked up this off of Camo Fire. It's a Muley Free puffy jacket that usually runs around $200, and it was on sale. I couldn't get it my size on the website because it was in their outlet section, and they had them on there for sale for like $99 or something like that, but they didn't have my size. But they were on Camo Fire of all places, and they had my size. So, and I got it for $86 there. It was $75 plus shipping. So I got a nice puffy coat to carry with me when we go. In case who knows what the weather's going to be like this fall. So when you're out there glassing and stuff, and you're just sitting trying to stay warm. So picked up that. You might want to check that out. Those are nice. I mean, those are a $200 coat. So if you guys, obviously want to pick up something on a good deal like that, I would check it out. But and let's see what else. That is pretty much the new stuff I have. And like I say, bear hunting didn't happen because of the knee. I do have something coming up for the next podcast too, which will be kind of fun, I think. I'm having a local guy. His name is Grant Osby, and he is a PRS shooter. He does a lot of reloading. He's a pretty darn good shooter, knows his stuff. So I thought that would be a fun thing to just kind of sit with him and talk to him about, the stuff that's going through his mind in the shooting world and the reloading world and stuff like that. I'm kind of a simple reloader. I just go by the book. Um, Try to stretch it a little bit if I can, but I don't go crazy. I don't have all this equipment. I was watching Shoot to Hunt, and they were saying they had just had a video on reloading mistakes and stuff like that, and Jake says if you don't have a comparator and all that stuff for checking the ogive length to ogive, you shouldn't even be reloading. I was like, well, I guess I shouldn't be reloading then because I don't do that. But I seem to do just fine. As you saw, my hand loads, the extreme spreads and stuff were good because I hand measure everything. When you anneal, your resizer does a pretty darn good job. So the neck tensions are all relatively good and consistent. And so the overall length thing is, if you're trying to pinpoint that, however 20 thousandths off the lands or whatever you're trying to do, I don't even measure that. So, but I seem to make it work. So I don't know. I think you can get tied up into all this stuff a little too much. Unless you're a precision shooter, that all of these little things add up to meaning something. If you're just a hunter, I'm not so sure it matters that much. So, but anyway, we'll discuss things with Grant and see what he thinks about all that and what he does. I know he does things a lot more than I do. And then we also possibly, if we can, we're going to try to link up. I'll do the next podcast on the computer. I'm doing this on my phone, but do it on the computer so we can link up with him on StreamYard and visit with him about what he's got going on in the gunsmithing world. And because he kind of builds a lot of stuff for these PRS shooters, putting new barrels on, getting stuff chambered up for them. Like Grant shoots a 6.5 by 47, which is pretty common. A lot of guys shoot that. And we could talk about what's new. There's 25 Creedmoors. That's going to be something that's going to be a PRS thing. I'm sure it will be. So anyway, that's what's coming up, and I'm excited to do that. Whether it works with the gunsmith or not, I know Grant's going to be here for sure. So it'll be interesting. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. I just wanted to make sure that you guys know. I don't know. I'm not sure about all the rules with YouTube, but I just became an affiliate for Eberly Stock. So if you want to check them out, you can use my code Montana Musings, all in capital, and see what that does for you. I'm not exactly sure yet, but if it saves you some money and all that kind of stuff, that would be great. And let's see, Gunner Optics, I'm working on that. They're supposed to be getting set up with them. And of course, I've been a Blackhound Optics affiliate for quite a while, probably almost 2 years now, I guess, something like that. But, they've got 3 different lines of scopes that are all, should be able to find something that meets your needs. And if you use my code Montana Musing with no S on the end, just check that out and you can save 15%. So hopefully YouTube's okay with me doing that. So if they don't, they'll let me know. So that's all right. But anyway, if that helps you guys out, because the monetization, which just happened, is pretty small at the moment. It doesn't really add up to much. So, you guys need something and you're looking for it and you want to use my codes, and that helps me out a little bit too. So it all kind of adds up to help buy some ammo and whatever else I need to do. So, so far I can buy maybe 2 boxes of CCI mini mags with my earnings. So anyway, better than nothing. Been nothing for a long time. So, anyway, I guess that's all I got for you in this podcast, and really appreciate you guys watching. Spread the word, share this if you can, and make sure that we grow the 6.8 Western Army and keep promoting this fantastic it's just a fantastic chambering that just meets all the needs basically. So let's keep it going. So thanks again, and we'll catch you in the next podcast.